Dr. Nishu and Professor Anuj for organizing this conference and having so many participants on board. Well, you know my name, and possibly a few of you might be seeing me again here in collaboration with Confab 360. I will keep my talk very short because of the limited time that we have as well, and I would like to keep the sanctity of it. In this presentation, maybe I have a very small presentation. I would love to share, what I'm passionate about, what we consistently research upon, and where possibly in future we can have the collaboration, which is one of our key agendas. Let me see slideshow. Okay. So our research priorities, since, I am the group head of 4 institutions. And for this reason, my work gives me this responsibility to really research a lot on how we can improvise the students' outcome. Yes, we do a lot for the faculties. Now, my ultimate objective is always to also push my faculties on how we can transform it to our students and to make them the better global citizens of the world. And for this reason, what is very close to my heart is the competency development. And I am taking here the learning framework of OECD, which all of you might be aware of, that how the research and all the activities that we are doing transform into the well-being of the society and also of the students and of a human being, of all of us. Here, it is comprising, the competencies are comprising of knowledge, skills, and attitudes and values. So knowledge is quite ample, as Dr. Nishu has said, on the various conceptual models that are going on. For me, I'm the professor of finance and accounting, and I can say I can still replicate what I have learned in my grade 12th today because the models haven't yet changed. Yes, there are IFRS, but the base remains the same, and we have to keep updating our base. Important is also that how we grow ourselves and our student community to develop the skills and attitudes and values which make them more employable. Because yes, I may have a lot of knowledge, but sometimes my presentation skills, my critical thinking skills, my researching skills, my communicative skills are highly, highly important in the work environment. My team working and my way of giving feedback, these skills are highly important for creating an individual and an overall work environment when we are managing so huge teams. So these skills and attitudes and values are very close to our heart, which is required for developing an individual to take their own responsibilities. If there are some critical circumstances in front of an individual, can he or she, act or behave in such a manner? We see that we have so many team members, right? When we want to communicate something to the team members, so team members react in a different manner based upon their experiences. However, this is the real life situation is an art. I always say it's an art. So how one person handles that situation is very different than the other person. So this comes with the overall cognition and the mental development, the IQ development, the emotional development of an individual. Creating new value to the society, this is the ultimate aim. We all are we have already achieved our doctoral degree, and we now offer it to our students. So definitely, there should be some creation of the new value that adds to either the existing literature or to the body, the wider community. And the ultimate objective of everyone is we all want to be happy. We all want our well-being, and we all want our societal well-being. Now, how can we achieve it? So we consistently keep on reading how we can incorporate these competencies in our curriculum so as to have the better outcome of the students. This is another research paper, the reference link is given here, wherein they have categorized the various skill levels, skill requirements based upon the job. So our ultimate objective of preparing our students is also to have their career transformed and to settle them in some career. There are the entrance level positions, there are the executive middle level positions, and then there are the managerial level positions or the leadership level positions. So they have categorized, this OECD framework have categorized these different skills, which is really very important. And they have shown that to what depth these skills are required at various levels of operations. So these skills are definitely required even at the basic level where our students aspire to enter into the job market after they finish up their education. So this research, when you will read it, this definitely, all these skills are required, but of course not to the extent that it might be required at a leadership level. The same, I think we can relate something to the Boolean's framework the Bloom's taxonomy as well, wherein the higher level is more creativity, and the same things can be, implemented into these different skill sets which are written here. So a few I will name, like analytical thinking, critical thinking, drafting skills, more presentation skills, flexible, managing resources, teamwork and team leadership, developing talent, organizational alignment, strategic networking, strategic thinking. Now imagine at a global level, developing that global. Nowadays, we are working in an environment which is more global, and all of us have these opportunities to be working globally and contributing globally to the world. What, differently that we can do to have these global collaborations? We want all these, since we are Indians, and specifically we really invite all our fellow academicians and the universities to collaborate with us on these topics, which we are really passionate about, and to see that how we can transform and bring in the West education to Indians, and then possibly have those pathways of the Indian students to the West, either for migration or for short period of exposure, because these exposures give a lot of value. However, we sign a lot of agreements, but I believe that initially the global virtual exchange is something that can really be initiated, so that all of the students and the faculties can be benefited on the various best practices, I would say, which is being held in India and in the Europe. We have started some initiative in this regard, but definitely we are a little busy, and we are going a little slow in this research. We are offering some free certifications already to our students and faculty. One is the critical reflective practice, and these are all developed by our international professors. Second is, which is very close to my heart, is also for the students, mastering portfolio, your key to interview success. How it is important for the students to develop their CV, to develop and value the small projects that they're doing as a part of the academics. And something for our faculty, you will be really happy if any one of you are very keen on doing this. What are the various business models or the pedagogy models for the teaching, and as well as for the digital teaching, is something that we are innovating, because we are 15 years plus in digital teaching, when the online teaching was not, and online courses were not so prevalent. We were existing in the digital market since then, online education since then. So for this reason, we thought that this might be quite interesting, that Rushford Business School and European Global Varsity together are providing this free certificate. And the last session of the certificate is given by one of the guest professors from Harvard University. So if you're keen, you can definitely participate. This is all free and self-enrollment. If you have any questions, you can message us, write us. Professor Anuj is also part of Rushford. You can connect with them, or you can connect with us. Some of the skills that we want to develop in these free certifications with our collaborative universities and professors together are the digital skills, entrepreneurial skills, services like UNDP goals, and the environmental sensitivity, so that a person starts thinking about what gives them happiness. Because I may earn, I'm an entrepreneur, and I may earn, millions, but then sometimes it doesn't give me happiness. But if my entrepreneurial venture is more related to my thing that really I really connect with, then possibly it is good that if I'm able to contribute to the society and as well as I'm able to enhance, that is a long-term sustainable entrepreneurial venture. We call it as social innovation. So we are very close to social innovation. The career skills, I see that there's a little difference in the West education and the Indian education system. Yes, slowly and gradually it is changing, but not at level, or to some percentage it is changing in India also. So we want to develop more of the career skills, if this the global career skills. So for instance, the expectation of the EU employers and expectation of the US employers, expectation of the Indian employers are very different. So when the students have that sensitivity, they can, thoughtfully start develop these skills. And I always say that there is no shortcut to skill development. It's a continuous process. 1 day workshop, 1 day training, or couple of days of additional training integrated will not really enhance the skills at a larger level. So it's a continuous process that the students and the faculty just go on and on and on, and learning by doing. So when faculties are involved and they are taking some of our free certification, possibly they want to contribute some on these skills development. For instance, according to me, every student should know Microsoft Excel. Every student should know the project management. Every student should know about innovation and entrepreneurial, how to avail the opportunities. Every student should be aware of our societal issues. Every student should be aware of the way to develop the LinkedIn profile, to write certain articles and blogs so that their communication, presentation, and the written skills improve. And every person should be able to take care of themselves. We call it as an activity. So are we, working out? Are we, contributing to the society? And are we taking care of our health? Because this is very important for the overall happiness. So this is something that we consistently to research upon. And as an educational institution, we take this responsibility to offer some of the renowned professors' work to all of you. Now, in addition to that, since we are in the Europe and we are the fully recognized institutions, we can, going forward, apply for the research grants in Europe as well. Some of you who might be keen and have experience in applying for the research funding possibly can explore some of these links and even more links. And whenever you find that there is a European opportunity, you possibly might want to connect with us. Whenever we are doing some research, so I'm just going to take 1 or 2 more minutes. Whenever we are doing certain research, I really initiate our students and our faculty to have a look at what are the research agendas pronounced by the ministries. Because definitely they imagine they have done something big and now they have come up with some budgetary funding already for the issues which are quite prevalent in the market and which they rank higher, which are required to be studied. So all these links gives the various agendas of the ministries, of the European Commission, what they rank as a higher areas of research, and possibly if we have some area of interest, then we can start doing the research. And research is one thing to begin with, and then research fundings, we can see some open calls and can always keep researching on those open calls. It is possible we may not be successful in year 1, year 2, but yes, it is possible we may be successful in year 3. Any which ways, we are doing some research and writing the papers. But if we do the research with purpose, possibly there will be better outcomes. So I think my time is over and I would like to finish my talk here. So we are happy to collaborate, and I, wish all the best to all our participants to take away the maximum from this workshop and to have your own research agenda that you're passionate about, and to see, not only do some research for the grant and just for the publication, see how we can action it. This is always my passion. See how you can action your research, who is reading your research, and what value your research gives to the society and to the stakeholders. Always think when you're drafting your research proposals from that perspective, actionable research. Thank you, everyone.
Namaskar to everyone. Thank you, Confab, for inviting me to make this talk here. In fact, I would be with you for a couple of days. So today I thought I would restrict myself to various opportunities of scholarship, fellowships, which are available to students and teacher, and also to for opportunity for internship. Tomorrow I will discuss various Indian grants which are available to the researchers, and they can make use of it. So as was mentioned in the inaugural session, it is important that you should know what are the opportunities available uh, what are the opportunities available to you, and how best you can make use of it. So that is very important. And in this light, I would start with my presentation. So first thing is there are questions versus internship versus fellowships. Internships are basically a extension of the projects which you are doing in the laboratory, and it provides you a independent questions. So you work in a given setup on a given question and try to learn. So our laboratories are limited in knowledge and you have to fulfill the complete syllabus. On the other hand, internship provides you to work fully on a given topic, given problem, given challenge, and then work out. So it's a part of your training. Fellowship, on the other hand, is a totally independent thing. Here, you are defining your own goal, what kind of questions you would be doing. You know, the basic difference here is unlike your other classes where you were given syllabus, you were asked to read certain things and then vomit out in the examinations. Fellowships or research, on the other hand, is altogether a different thing. Here, you frame your own question. Here you frame your own approach route, how you are going to approach it, and then you take it forward. Similarly, there are questions like scholarships and fellowships. So scholarships could be given on several considerations. Fellowship is basically something what you are going to do as a part of your research questions. So here idea is scholarships could be on your past academic performance, on financial status of your family, on social status of your family, on particular background. On the other hand, fellowship is primarily for your questions you are trying to answer. So that is the main difference. So basic criteria for scholarship could be economic considerations, it could be social consideration, it could be your academic or scholastic consideration, or there could be some defined purpose. Fellowship, on the other hand, are primarily for the research proposals on your academic and research backgrounds and how you are going to be useful to the purpose for which fellowship is being given by the funding agency. So I will start first with the scholarship, then we will discuss internship, and then we will come to the fellowships. So here, as I said, that because of certain conditions you could be given, so there are scholarships for students, both for UG, PG courses, also for PhD courses, for students with disability. And this is provided by Ministry of Empowerment of Persons with Disability. So idea is that people should not be left behind. The only condition here is your family income should be limited to 8 lakh rupees per annum, and 30% of seats are reserved for the female students. Saksham is another scholarship which is provided for especially able students. It is provided by All India Council for Technical Education, available to first year student with more than 40% of disability. And again, family income is restricted to 8 lakh rupees per annum. So here, uh, if you are admitted to a technical education, you could apply for Saksham. There are scholarships for the minority students, for the economically weaker sections. So it is open to students coming from select community which are classified as minority. Again, 30% seats are reserved. And here, it's not full fellowship. It is primarily your tuition fee plus 20,000 rupees per annum for your books and other expenses. Then there are schemes for the scheduled caste students is offered by Ministry of Social Justice. Again, there is a cap in terms of family income, and only first year student could apply, and only two sibling in the family could benefit. Here, it's a huge uh, tip because they are providing tuition fee and because in private sector fee could be very different, so there they are providing tuition fee restricted to 2 lakh rupees, plus they are allowing 86,000 rupees as academic allowance. This is primarily to encourage them to buy laptop. Then there is a scheme which is called PM Yashaswi scheme. Again, it is open to students from certain categories and who are admitted to the premier institution in this country and have a very limited family income, or two members of the family could get it. Again, it is tuition fee and uh, fee for books and stationery and laptop. There are workers who are there are people who are working in unorganized sectors, and especially BD workers, minors, and senior workers. Don't get confused with the film heroes and heroines because they draw a huge money, but then there are a lot of support staff. So here there is a scheme that if family income is less than 10,000 rupees a month, their children could be given 25,000 rupees if they want to go for any of the professional courses like engineering, medical, technical, etc. And like for scheduled castes, there is also a scheme for scheduled tribes, which is offered by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It is primarily for uh, doing research, and they are giving priority to those students who get selected into the premium institutions. They are providing fellowships as per the and scheduled tribe students who are getting admitted to UG or PG courses, they are also eligible to get something. But here, family income should be up to rupees 6 lakhs. So full tuition fee plus books and stationery and some stipend is given, and then 45,000 rupees as one-time grant for computer and accessories. Then there is a scheme which is called Pradhan Mantri Uchchatar Shiksha Protsahan Yojana, and this is offered by Department of Higher Education. This is a merit-based scholarship. So if a candidate has got 80% or more mark in the qualifying examination and family income is less than 4.5 lakhs, then a student could get up to rupees 82,000 rupees as per policy uh, as one-time grant for buying the computer and study material, and then scholarship at the rate of 12,000 rupees for the first 3 year and 20,000 in fourth year. Financial support is also given to students from northeastern region, and this is given by donor. And basically, you should be belonging to that place. On it's open only to the permanent resident of that region, not for those who go there for a particular period and come back. So if their students get some selected in institutions for professional studies, then they could get it. There is one more scholarship for the Northeast region, which is called Ishan Uday Special Scholarship. This is offered by UGC, and this is offered at the rate of 8,000 rupees, and 50% of the slots under this thing are marked for various program scholarship. And here, the requirement is that one should have passed class 12th from Northeast region with family income less than 4.5 lakh rupees. Then there is a scheme for the police personnel children. So if especially those student whose parents have sacrificed their life for the country, so a special incentive is being given to those fellows. Similarly, for the railway police fellows, so even children of those officers wards staff who are selected and who are below gazetted rank, they could be getting these fellowship, which is special for railway personnel. Then there is a Sonath scholarship, which is offered by All India Council of Technical Education, especially to the orphans parents, orphans whose parents have died in COVID, or who are working in armed forces or central paramilitary forces and who are martyred in the actions. So they are offering 1,000 scholarship for this purpose. Then there is a scholarship for postgraduate students, and this is as per merit, except in case of single, twin, or fraternal girl child, and anybody based on their merit could apply for this scholarship. Then there is a Pragati scholarship, which is given by All India Council for Technical Education. So it is given to girl students who are who are in first year of any professional course, and family income is less than 50,000, 8,000, 8 lakh per year. There are number of internships which are available. So, for example, in Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, so Tata Institute has got several institutes like Center for Applied Mathematics at Bangalore, International Center for Theoretical Physics, Bangalore, National Center for Radio Astronomy, TFI Hyderabad, and TFI Mumbai campus. So there are a lot of things, and they provide 2 to 3 months summer scholarships as a part of internship in their family. Niti Aayog is also providing fellowships. So especially if you are doing you would like to do more on policy research, then one could go into this. And all the students who are admitted to any university are eligible for these fellowships. IIT, triple IITs, and ISAs, all of them are offering 3 to 6 week internship program. Uh, there is a different schedule which is advertised by different institute, and one need to be more vigilant because most of these advertisements starts coming from January, and these positions are available during May to August, depending upon schedule of the particular institution, and you could plan it. You could also do internship in Satish Dhawan Space Research Center. Here, they are looking for those students who have science and technology background and who have interest in space research. Uh, there are special courses which are sometimes paid also. So, for example, here is an institute from Indian Council for Medical Research, which is providing summer internship in epigenetics, but it's a paid one. So, students pursuing graduate, postgraduate, and doctoral courses are encouraged, provided you are interested in environmental epigenetics. Saha Institute is also offering internship. They are offering primarily in two things: physical sciences and biophysical sciences. You should be a student of either undergraduate or master in relevant courses, and your academic interests must be overlapping with the research area being pursued in Saha Institute. Then Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology also offer a scholarship internship. So these internships, they are taking care of boarding and lodging, but one of the main thing is that they are looking that you should have interest in that particular science which they are offering. So Ministry of Environment and Forest is also offering, and here you could work in different part of the country. It's not a position in the ministry, but you can go and work in any of the area having impact on environment. So ISRO also offers internship opportunity, and it is open to undergraduate and master students in select scientific subjects. Idea is that you should know what are the space applications which you can make use of. Coming to the overseas internship, there are internship which are paid internship. For example, one here I have mentioned from University of Okinawa in STEM. Here, internship may begin and end any time of the year with 2 application periods, and you are provided ticket plus per day allowance plus accommodation, and applications are considered in cycle of April and October. There are engineering internship in Belgium. They are primarily doing process simulation, safety, monitoring software, and economic studies. So if you are interested in any of those subjects, this is an offer to you. Then internship at National Institute of Medical Sciences, both for undergraduate and graduate students. Here, graduate means doctoral students. So they are offering a lot of research opportunity in material science, and again they take care of your tuition fee, travel allowance, daily allowance, and travel. There are scholarships available like IT India Scholarship Award, and these are offered to undergraduate engineering students from any of the AICT or UGC approved institution. One should have cleared all exams in first attempt and at least score 60% or 6 CGPA. So one could apply for these scholarship. If you want to study abroad and you don't have any scholarship, there are a number of agencies which are providing soft loan to go and study abroad. Remember that all of them are very different. Their terms are different. So you need to make a good idea, connect to many of them, and see which one offers you best. And you should look for those things which provides you easier opportunity and rather not binding a lot. There are scholarships or fellowships available for short period. For example, this is UNESCO sponsored fellowship in number of subjects related to science and engineering, and you could spend 6 months in Krakow. UNESCO offers such fellowships with number of countries. Poland is just one example. So they are taking help of their member country and inviting applications. Next fellowship, it comes from Indonesia. So if you would like to go there for undergraduate, postgraduate, or doctoral level, they take care of full tuition fee and accommodation, and also provide you a scholarship, especially at postdoctoral and doctoral level. But at undergraduate level, they are taking care of only tuition fee. You require a good TOEFL score or IELTS score to get it, and this opens normally in May. There are some very specialized courses like quantum technology in Europe. So it is TU Delft, one of the leading Dutch university, which are paying this thing. They take care of full tuition fee of the MSc program and also contribute to your living expenses. Travel you need to take yourself. And if you complete a master's with a high grade, you could be offered a PhD position in that place. There is also a global undergraduate exchange program. So here, the idea is that one semester you could spend in United States and do a lot of community service, professional development, and cultural uh, enrichment. So if you are above 18 years, you are enrolled as a student, you could go and avail this fellowship. There are fellowships from Japan at master and doctoral level, and they provide you a fixed sum, say 210,000 per month for the first 2 years, thereafter 190, and thereafter 160,000. And here you could do any study in any Japanese organization. Japan Ministry of Science and Technology also offers fellowships, and these fellowships again are at undergraduate, postgraduate, and research level, and they are offered in humanities subjects, science subjects, and engineering. And idea is that they give you a lot of good funds for survival. There is they take care of tuition fee, and they also take care of airfare. And for this you need to apply in Japanese embassy at New Delhi. There are Fulbright Nehru fellowship for the master students, and this provides you a 3-year exposure, uh, or rather full master uh, course in United States, taking care of your travel fee and living allowances in select subjects. Idea is that if you have done graduation from Indian University, undergraduation from Indian University, and you have got some experience, you could go to United States and do this fellowship. There are fellowships for study in Germany, Frederick, uh, fellowships, and here you can go at bachelor or master level, but you need to be enrolled for a full-time student in one of the German higher education institution. And it would be good if you know German language besides your strong academics. There is a fellowship from Kyushu University, and these are designed for international students from Asian nations. They provide you a monthly stipend of 20,000. Now remember, 20,000 yen may sound good money, but then when you compare it, it is meeting only part of the cost. It's not meeting full cost. So it's a partial support, and one would need to augment from other sources. Now, when I meet a researcher, researcher has a lot of ideas, lot of issues. Uh, Sometimes they are very clear, sometimes they are very confused how to proceed, and getting a scholarship is a challenge. So I would like to suggest that all the time you should think how you are going to plan your journey. Because if you have clarity in your end goal, then it would be prudent that you can make best of it. So what is important to get fellowship? You should have a good research plan. What you are going to do, why you are going to do, what value it brings, you should be very clear. Then you should say how you are going to implement it or execute it or approach it. What would be a proposed methodology? So people, whosoever is viewing your application would like to see, is it logical? Is it feasible? Are you the person who can do it? So those kind of things would help. Then third is for whom you are doing this research. Is it only to gain new knowledge, or it has some interest for the society or for the industry? So if you could generate that interest, that would really help in making them. Reference letter by mentors are very important. You know, our universities are very different. Some universities are very liberal in giving marks, some other universities are not. And so anybody who is unfamiliar with your system may not be judging you properly. So for that, they are asking reference letter from the mentors. So reference letter from mentors help because they tell about your skills. You have know about your talent, your area of strength. So that is very important. It should be taken primarily from those under whom you have studied or under whom you have worked. Publication record is also very important because that defines you your level of as a researcher. If you have published in a good journal, highly indexed journal, you are a very good researcher. If you have published in journal with low index, then you are a good researcher. And if you have published only in conferences or non unknown journal, then you are not a very good researcher. So people take you very lightly. Then, of course, it goes by your scholastic record, what kind of performance you have done when you are doing in academics. So I think I need not to explain JRF, SRF, and RA. These are better known positions in all universities, and primarily you have to pass qualify a national level examination to get it. And JRF is freshers, SRF is after 2 years, and research associate normally you get after doing your PhD. So besides these positions, there are positions offered by All India Council for Technical Education, known as AICT Doctoral Fellowships. And again, these are competitive scholarships, and one need to apply and compete. Basically, they are looking for doctoral program in technical institutions. They are also offering NDF, National Doctoral Fellowships, and this is primarily to those faculty who have joined one of the institutions recognized by AICT after doing their MTech or something, and they are still not PhD, and to encourage those faculty who are employed already and would like to do PhD, AICT offer these fellowships. Department of Atomic Energy also offer doctoral fellowship program. Again, this is very competitive, and you will find that rates of these fellowships are varied. They are not unique. So DIE offers GRF also 60,000 rupees per month with annual contingency of 40,000 rupees, which is highest. But again, their interests are rather narrow, and they are looking for only select subjects and not globally. Like Atomic Energy, PRL, which is a body from the Department of Space, and they provide academic background to the research program. They are also looking for research engagements. They provide research fellowship, but then they are saying that you should have qualified any one of the national level examination for research fellowships. And then there are quality improvement program from AICT, invited only from uh, faculty who are already employed. So any faculty who have done any degree or diploma level and they would like to improve themselves, then this fellowship is available to them. Fulbright Nehru Doctoral Fellowship is offered uh, to spend 6 to 9 months in US institution. So basically, they are restricting in some certain subjects, uh, but idea is that out of your 4 to 5 year of PhD, you can spend 6 to 9 months in a US university, and this exposure should be complementing to your PhD program. In fact, all international doctoral fellowships are given for the purpose that you could spend good time, but at the same time, you are not diverted from your main PhD program. Einstein Fellowship is from Germany, and here they are looking for students coming from humanity, social sciences, and natural sciences. And idea is that they should do some of the out-of-box thinking.
Finally,
Being experience, they should go beyond that, and they should look how they could help the society. There are several leading institutions under the chain like Max Planck, like Fraunhofer, like Humboldt from Germany, and they are offering fellowships. They are providing fully funded PhD positions. Of course, these positions are highly competitive because they are open to global students, and one need to be really sharp in getting these things. If you are working in climate, then again there is an offer from the United States for the climate research doctoral program. So it could be any aspect of climate, including health, finance, justice, equity, resilience, disaster mitigation, adaptation. So any part you might be working, but if it is because of climatic change or climate those impacts, then you are eligible for this fellowship. Companies like Google, they are also offering PhD fellowship. So full PhD fellowship could be given, but they are offering only to those who are doing in computer science or related fields. There are university in Europe, like one I mentioned, University of Venice, where you could do your uh, doctoral studies, which is fully funded by them, and even TOEFL and IELTS are not required. There are a number of postdoctoral fellowship being offered by Government of India. So this include from CSIR, Atomic Energy, DBT, Biocare, DBT, MK Bahan, DBT, Rajaraman Fellow, and Department of Space, Indian Institute of Space Technology, PRL, DST Cognitive Science, Inspire Faculty Awards, Vice Kiran Awards, ICMR Research Associate, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, SERB and PDF, and also institutional PDF. Now, these fellowships, if you want to, primarily, of course, one should have completed master's and PhD, and after PhD for a period of 1 to 2 years you can avail, but each agency requires a different kind of work set. So depending upon the area in which you are working or you would like to work, these fellowships could be available. I would also like to mention here that if you could look at fellowships.gov.in, then you can get more information about these postdoc fellowships. Coming to international postdoctoral fellowships, we have got one from Matsuyama. So if you have done PhD or less than 45, one could get it. And only condition is that earlier you should not have been in Japan. Uh, Germany also offer under the name Prime, and it is uh, roughly a 12-month position over there, which you can avail. Uh, Even in India, there are specialized programs which are, for example, this Kotak Center in the Indian Institute of Science. They are offering a special postdoctoral position in artificial intelligence. Fulbright Nehru postdoctoral fellowships are also available for United States. You can spend up to 2 years over there, with the condition that your PhD should be awarded in last 4 years. Postdoctoral fellowships are also available in Europe, in Austria. So 2 year program they are offering an applicant. Again, condition is the PhD should be in last 4 years. If you have done in mathematics or informatics, then this fellowship could be for you. And there are a lot of these things. And here they are looking for PhD in last 8 years. Besides that, there are several programs like Human Frontier Science Program, which is offered. Uh, India is a member of this program, and they are offering both uh, research projects and fellowships. Here, if you look at the second part, cross-disciplinary fellowship, so even those who are not holding degree in biological subjects, they could apply as long as they could connect their science with the human subject. Then we heard little ago Dr. Kanika Gupta, who told about various European programs. Marie Curie postdoctoral fellowship is one of the most prestigious programs which is being offered, and you could go to any part of Europe in any laboratory. You need to compete, and this is again a very competitive program. What I could say, India is a associate member of European Union. You could go there. In addition, a very interesting offer from Saudi Arabia for postdoctoral fellowship. They provide 3 year fellowships, and again they're restricting it to last 4 year. You should have got PhD. They take care of everything, and they provide huge such grants. So they are preferring in economy of future, health and wellness, sustainable environment, energy, and industrial leadership. If you are looking to start up your own venture, a startup fund, a startup company, or a MSME company, then Government of India is providing financial support. These support are available for proof of concept, prototype development, product trial, market entry, and commercialization. So you must have a business idea how your product would make revenue, and you should be using new technology in your core product or service. Uh, there are opportunities for research funding to know much better, and these are bilateral workshops. I have given you one example of India, Germany, but then there are several such opportunities available for interaction. And these interactions help you much more in developing concept, in doing the networking and developing much more stronger projects. Mobility grants are also available to France, but these are for faculty who are already on a regular positions, so they could go there for a short visit. Uh, Such grants are there. Uh, there are certain challenges which are being offered by international agencies. So if you are a young leader, innovator, or entrepreneur trying to make some difference in social or environmental issues, such fellowship could be available. Similarly, there are programs for internships, entrepreneurships. And if you are looking to develop yourself as an entrepreneur, you could get a short visit to Sweden to learn about these. There are programs like Nari Shakti Vidushi Uttran, which are open only to women researchers to enable them to use equipments available in several laboratories at no cost. So they could conduct their research in any institution of their choice, depending upon they need to book those facilities much in advance and pay no price. There are some prizes for ecological studies. These are prizes by individual trust or NGOs, and one offered here is for by the Gujarat Ecological Society, and they would like to study several aspects of the ecology. Internationally, there are such programs like Edge Fellowships. Again, they are looking for conservationists who would like to offer a lot of help in understanding what is happening to our environment and climate. Even companies like SCL, they are running a lot of CSR programs. And SCL is running a program called Harit Programs. They would like to improve environmental awareness, in environmentally responsible behavior, to build necessary skills, attitude, and environmental issues. If you are a researcher and you would like to express your research in common man language, then there is a program called Avsar. And here the idea is that you should write about your research in newspaper, magazines, blogs, social media, so that common man could understand what kind of research you are doing and what kind of thing they could expect in time to come. There are programs by the science academies for students and teachers so that they could make use of their summer break and go to any organization in this country which are having research facilities. So if you feel that in your own institution you are not having enough facilities, you could go and avail this program. So INSA is also offering visiting scientist program, and under this program they would like to take scientist or a teacher or a faculty from any organization to any organization. This is offered for a couple of months during summers. SERB has got another program which is called TARE, and here this is primarily for faculty coming from state universities and private universities, so that if they have research questions, they could go and work in any of the public funded organizations in the country. There are number of fellowships. For example, if you are doing PhD and your subject is close to industry, you can get an exposure in German companies. We are also offering female researchers and opportunities to work in Germany in any of the ongoing Indo-German projects. Nano fellowships are being offered for those who are working in nanotechnology. Paired fellowship is a new concept. The concept is that instead of teachers making a pair, if young students could make pair and invite each other into each institution. And then we have got Raman Chapak Fellowship, which is providing a kind of grant so to students to go both way, India to France and France to India for short exposures. In addition, we are also doing BRICS Young Scientist Conclave. Each year, we are identifying different themes. So normally, this is done by the country holding BRICS presidency, and each year we are sending a large number of Indian students to participate. Frontier of Science is a very unique concept, Frontier of Science and both Frontier of Engineering, where we are putting young achievers for discussions on subjects of interdisciplinary natures, where we should focus more. Uh, for these students in biosciences, there are programs where they can get exposure or internship in US laboratory under the name Kurana Internship Program. There is also a program, European Molecular Biology Organization, which provide both fellowship and grants to Indian researchers. There are several other prestigious fellowships like Humboldt, Newton, Erasmus. Humboldt comes from Germany, Newton comes from United Kingdom, Erasmus comes from European Union. So these fellowships are available at doctoral, postdoctoral, and faculty level. Very prestigious fellowships one could compete. Also, several countries offer fellowship through their embassies. So, for example, country like Brazil, Hungary, Poland, China, Korea, number of fellowships are being offered by them. Also, some other Indian organization like University Grant Commission, Ministry of Education, Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Indian Council for Medical Research, Indian Council for Agriculture Research, they are also offering scholarships. Just to take you a little insight, for example, we are doing Lindau meeting. Now, Lindau meeting is meeting with Nobel laureates. It is cyclic in nature, 1 year in physics, 1 year in chemistry, 1 year in biology and medicine. And we are inviting application through newspaper, and we are targeting young master student, doctoral student, and some postdoctoral students. Online with Lindau meeting, we are also having Asian Science Camp, and here we are interacting with leading Asian science researchers. This keeps on moving in different cities. In fact, India hosted it just before COVID in 2019, and we are not inviting application for this, but we are picking it up from the Inspire awardee. Frontier of Science Engineering, as I said, it's an interdisciplinary meeting of young achievers. We are also offering SIRE. And here idea is that if you are a faculty and you have done some good work and you are looking for an international connect, you can go for 2 to 6 months abroad and do work, and DST would take care of your expenses. Besides that, what we are offering, we are also offering fellowships to overseas students who come and work in India. So these fellowships are Indian Science and Research Fellowship, ASEAN Fellowships, C.V. Raman Fellowship for Africa, Raman Chapa for France, Korea Fellowship, UK Fellowship, Japan. And then we have got two major programs called Vaibhav and Vajra. Vaibhav is to attract best of Indian diaspora to connect with Indian institutions. Here we have put a restriction. We are looking for only those diaspora who are either working in academia, which has got a QS ranking top 200, or in industry of repute. Vajra, on the other hand, is another program which is attracting best of the global faculty to come and work in India. So with this, friends, I would like to close my talk, and I would be too happy to take questions from you so that I could give you more details um, about programs you may be interested in. Because right now what I presented, it was just a snapshot, and probably you may require more time to adjust, uh, adapt it, and go through it, that what it was. But if you have some questions, I would be too happy to answer them. And I'll request Dr. Anuj or anybody from the Confab team to kindly moderate and take questions. Thank you.
Hello,
Yeah,
am I audible, Dr. Varshney?
yeah, you are.
Dr. Varshney, I guess 1 minute.
Now I'm not getting your voice.
Yeah, so 1 minute, just calling you.
Or maybe those who have some questions may please raise their hand electronically so that Dr. Anuj has easy in inviting them for their questions.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Dr. Vipasha, I'm not getting your voice very clearly. Just hold. Yeah. Okay. Dr. Aruna, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
So I would be happy in interacting with the participants, and I could give more information about any particular scheme they are looking for. Anyone having query may please raise their hand electronically. Dr. Shubhajit has raised his hand.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, please
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
sir. First of all, thank you very much for presenting in such a nice way and covering all the possible areas, all the possible sector where any researcher can apply for the postdoctoral fellowship. Actually, I have already done one postdoc from Shanghai Jiaotong University with the fellowship given by them, that is provided by Chinese Academy for Science. So, sir, when I was looking for my postdoctoral fellowship after my PhD, so I have also applied for the Humboldt, which is mostly for the which you have already told, and it is for the Germany. So, sir, one thing which I have at that time I have faced difficulties in applying the Humboldt and Marie Curie also for UK. So here we need to first of all approach the different guides or mentors. And after getting their consent, we need to give their name and the research proposal we need to submit there. So, sir, in that case, for selecting that particular persons, and in that randomly we just send the mails to getting their permissions. Or so, in that case, any suggestions that from your end, so how we can easily get their positive consent?
Yeah, thank you, Shubhajit. I think this is a very, very important question, how to approach unknown faculty in a given territory, uh, because many times people feel concerned. They just write at random, and then they are not getting any response, and that increases their frustration. So, friends, I normally give you an example of your own Gmail account. How many how many emails in your Gmail account you are not opening even? So you can have a feel that it is more very important to be relevant. Now, if you could think as a faculty who need to host you, not as a student who is applying, but as a faculty who is looking for a student, why he or she should host you? So it means in your application, you need to create a win-win situation for both. And second thing is that you have to make sure that you are not over dependent on that faculty, because most of the time European and American faculty, they feel frustrated that people are approaching them. I have done my PhD on such and such topic. I have published so many papers in so many journals, and I would like to do postdoc in your organization. And the hidden agenda behind that is You get me the fellowship, you get me the accommodation, you get me the visa, you get me all other things. So they are discouraging element. So when you are writing to any of those universities, professors in any of those universities, you have to make sure your approach is quite balanced. First and foremost, you should know what kind of work they are doing. Because unless you know their work, you cannot prove your relevance to them. Why they should be interested in you? Because for you, they will not change or divert their topic of research or area of research. So you have to say that, okay, you are working in such and such field, I am working in such and such field, and together we can work in such and such thing. No, that statement is very important because you need to generate interest of that faculty in you. It's not other way around. For them, there are many applicants like you, but you are looking for a placement. So they should be very clear why they need you. What are your strengths? What kind of experience you have got? And how your experience could be of use to them. Of course, you have to see how working in their institution, their laboratory, you could improve yourself, but they would be more interested that why you should be working with them. What is your proven skill? What is your knowledge set? What is your area of strength? That should be a good contributor to their overall research goals. Second, you should be very clear how you're going to finance yourself. So you could say there are such and such programs which are available, and if you are willing, I could apply for those programs and I could get that money grant, and that would provide me subsistence to work with you and to live with you. On the other hand, if you are independently working and you know your host institution can support you, or you yourself could support you, sometimes even parents they could support you. You could make a mention that other fellow need not to worry about your financial concern. So when finances comes, it also comes with your housing and other things. The third thing is the visa, which should not be raised immediately, but once you have reached a understanding on the subjects, then only you can do it. Now, how to reach understanding on the subject? So networking is very important. So if you have met a faculty in a seminar, or if they have visited your institutions, you have interacted with them, that makes the best sense, because then you know what they are doing, what they are interested in, and they will also give their quality time, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes in interacting with you and understanding how you could be useful to them. Because there are other options like digital on email and other things, but there is nothing to beat the personal interaction. So personal interaction is the best one. Second best option is that you must read about the work of that laboratory where you are planning to get placed, and then you should create relevance. That is the second best. So read papers in various journals, see who is most appropriate for you, and don't apply randomly. I hope, Shubhadeep, it answers your questions.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. And it will help me a lot in future, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Swami.
Sir, it is a wonderful session. Sir, I have one question that I am looking forward for a postdoc in management. So can you please guide me how to proceed, because I have not been outside India right now. So I'm looking for some opportunity on how to proceed for my postdoc abroad.
Do you have some target country or it is open?
So I will be more than happy if I am placed in Europe.
Okay. So you have to look at the program being offered by European Union. Marie Curie and Erasmus are a couple of fellowships. And as
Okay.
I told to Shubhaji, before that, you must get a contract established with a European worker who could be interested in your work. So read their work and say how you could make an impact of your work over there, and that would help in getting a fellowship. And be in touch with the EU office in New Delhi. They have got a consular office. There are a lot of scholarship being offered by Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Austria. If
Okay.
you could find a good placement over there, so they could guide you on upcoming opportunity, because most of them are time linked. But before that, my suggestion is you should start discussing with at least 4 or 5 fellows, depending upon your research interest, and that will help you in eventually finalizing. And then the question comes, which fellowship you should do. So
Okay.
be very clear when you are talking to them that you would be looking for a financial support through a fellowship which are available between India and their country. And once you are selected for any of those programs, only then it would be executed.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Gargi has raised her hand, so probably Gargi may have it.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. It
Good
has been
afternoon.
a very insightful and informative session from your side. My question is that I have done my PhD in the year of 2015. So it's long, like around more than 8 years of time. And in academics, I'm completely busy in taking classes and then doing other all academic activities. So given this situation, like how can I proceed with the postdoctoral process in this situation? What is to be done? What is the best thing I can do? How to apply or where to approach so that I can do it?
Current affiliation? How are you currently placed, as a faculty or as a
I
researcher?
am right now associate professor.
You are a professor. So,
Yes.
well, in that case, you could look for various faculty level positions. So, if don't be limited that PDF is only something what you do immediately after your PhD. You can do any work and all your work would be counted as PDF, because
Okay.
once you have done your doctoral, you have completed it. Now,
Okay.
the question is, what is that which is available to you as a faculty? So,
Okay.
in fact, I'm going to discuss more about it tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Research possible.
Thank you so much.
But right now, what I could tell you is that try to take some projects at the national level, and that will give you more confidence. And once you proven yourself in research, once again, published, also establish contact with a foreign faculty, and that will provide you opportunity to apply for long-term collaborative research grants, which could be for a period of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years. So then you get established with a laboratory abroad for a longer period, and of course, at the end of the project, if you are comfortable, you can again submit another project to continue your partnership.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable suggestions. Actually, sir, my working area is like women empowerment, then economics, all related social science areas. So in this aspect, like how can I like approach for a grant for research project? Where are the places where I can
Right now, Indian Council for Social Science Research have advertised a research grant, and if you allow me to, Bev, see my this thing computer, I can just hold. Give me a moment.
Other people, please keep yourself on mute. Requesting other people to keep yourself on mute because it's creating disturbance.
Actually, even yesterday, Indian Council for Social Science Research has advertised. We are interested to know how research is being done in India. And for that, they have done some partnerships with international organization. So that is available. What I'm doing, I'm
Sir, you're not audible.
sorry. I have just put in chat box a link where there is a recent call by Indian Council for Social Science Research inviting proposal. Basically, they want to understand more on the research methodology, how research is being done, how it could be improved further. So they have given a call on that. So you could apply on that. There are grants which are gender specific. Right now, there are calls, but right now it's not open. So gender specific calls also keep coming. And again, there are several organizations, including ICSSR, DST, DBT, depending upon the background of the subject. Gender is there, but then they would like to promote gender equality in several subjects. They are looking for gender specific issues and working on those things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Gargi, maybe you can lower your hand.
Gargi, you can remove your hand and you can mute yourself, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm doing it.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Dr. Arun.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much for such a informative session. And I believe periodically it's required to enrich ourselves with this information. Sir, actually my area is finance and I did my PhD 10 years back. But I have gone through with your information that how to proceed. So only humble request that if you can give some lights on the financial projects and the financial areas, how to explore postdoctoral work, I'll be thankful to you.
Dr. Arun, my
In your
apology.
next section.
Background is science, and I have not been so vigilant about opportunity in field of finances. So my apology. But what I feel is that several international organizations are interested in different disciplines. There must be something good in a different thing. So if I have been posting various opportunities that comes my way.
Okay.
Like just I mentioned about social science research.
Yeah.
Not my subject, but the moment I realized that there is an opportunity, so I put it on my social media. You can look for me on the LinkedIn or Twitter. And
Okay.
I am posting virtually on daily basis new opportunities which are available for research.
Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much.
Dr. Arun, Anuj will help you out with your details regarding
Okay, sir.
management. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Dr. Aruna, I'm not sure if there are people with some query.
I request the participants to come up with their queries, if any.
But still, there is a time in the next talk. So, till that time, I thought it would be more interactive session, and I could give more information. What I presented was just a snapshot, just to open the eyes, but nothing beyond that. So, if there are people having query, I would be more than happy to discuss.
Sir, I think there are no more queries as nobody is raising their hands and there is no message in the chat box as well. They'll come up with queries once we proceed further.
So friends, tomorrow I would be discussing on importance of research, why research should be done, how it could contribute, and then what are the opportunities available. Again, I must say that since I am from science background, I can tell you more what is being offered by various scientific departments in this country, including DST, DBT, SERB, Earth Sciences, CSIR, uh, Environment and Forest, and those kind of things. But yeah, my apologies to social sciences and humanities and managements. I'm not very good in that. But what I will try, what are the opportunities both at national level and international level, where, so first part would be more on the importance and second part would be more on available opportunities, where you would make a contribution and apply. Remember one thing, research grants comes in two format. One, it is given to you by the institute, which is relatively less easier. So if you are working in a research institution, so your research institution will get it from the parent institution. For example, I had worked with Department of Science and Technology, and we are having about 20 institutions across the country. So there we are giving non-competitive grants. So we know what are their budget allocations, and they get their money. On the other hand, most of the academic institutions, whether they are in government or in private, and most of the scientific laboratory, if they are looking for funding, research funding, then they need to submit proposals, and those proposals are assessed on a competitive basis. So for example, for a particular scheme, they can take only 400 proposals. So they will take only 400 proposals. They will not take 400 first proposal, because it is the money which is required to support that research, and that money is limited, and they cannot support beyond a particular number. So it indirectly means that your research needs to be more competitive, and how it could be more competitive, that we'll discuss tomorrow. So Dr. Aruna, if there are no more questions, if no more query, uh, is there any limit to number of research grants per researchers? No, there is no such restriction as such, but normally it goes by your career profile. For example, in the beginning of your career, no funding agency would like to give you more than a project. They would like to see that if you have delivered your first project nicely. If you are in the middle of your career, you have already done few projects, you could do 2 to 4 projects simultaneously, because agency must feel confident that yes, you have adequate time and adequate resources. Resources means people who would be doing, the students. You have adequate resources to complete the project on time. If you have grown up, you are established worker in a given field, nobody bothers how many projects you are already doing. Only thing they are interested is whatever you have completed, that must be duly delivered. So delivery of your project goal, that is very, very important. Now, Dr. Rahul has asked PDF in the field of engineering. As I said, I had shown you one page. You go to various IITs, NITs, they are offering institutional postdoctoral fellowship for a period of 1 year or 2 years. So you can, again, my recommendation would be don't go by a place that I have to go to IIT Bombay or I have to go to IIT Kharagpur. you go by the subject interest. See which are the institutions offering you best in your discipline. And once you have found yourself in a particular subject, then only you should go further deep in that institution. So all IITs, all NITs, they have got institutional fellowships. And then they can also host PDF available from different other sources. And as I said you, other sources could be one, fellowships.gov.in. There you could see and find that there is a very, very nice compilation of postdoctoral fellowships being offered by science departments of this country. So it has input from DST, DBT, space, atomic energy, uh, uh, and then you could combine it. Look also for the opportunity in DRDO. So a lot of engineering postdoctoral fellowships are available in this country, and you could make use of them. Did I miss some questions? There were some questions in between also. Dr. Bipasa has asked, is there any standard rule for postdoctoral fellowship in India like PhD? No. Bipasa, there are no standard rule. Only thing is they are looking for that PhD must be completed in a particular year, and you could apply within 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, depending upon the scheme. Some postdoctoral position also has a restriction in terms of your year of age. What should be your age until which you can apply? But otherwise, it is just open, and you could go ahead for these fellowships. So, okay, somebody has asked me where they are mentioned. So, just a minute, I just put it in the chat box. You can look at this particular page, which I have put